Welcome, everybody. Let's go Niners. My name is Jason Aponte. What's going on, 49ers faithful? Jason Aponte back today. Last day of training camp. Bittersweet time because we can look back at throws and complain about them, but now that's gone and the practices will be closed, so people won't be charting and people won't be making assumptions. So it is a little bit of a bittersweet time. Shout out to Steph, who's at camp today with the first Christ man of the day, man. She's really tapping in early. For everybody that's here, like this video, sub to the channel, hit that notification button for when we go live. Let's talk about it real quick. And the caretaker says, good morning. Hit that like button, subscribe for sure. I'm here. I'm working. Let's go. Ready to go. I wish I was at camp. What's up, JC? And what's going on, Guayaba? So, yesterday, Trey Lance electrifies. Time to get the gold jacket. Time to say that he's better than Steve Young. No, look, guys, the best part about this portion of training camp is the ups and downs. Clearly, yesterday was the ups. And for what I've been preaching the entire time, the ups and downs are what you're going to have to go through. You can't get the ups without going through the downs, right? So, sure, Trey Lance had days where things weren't going well, going his way. The defense was playing well, but yesterday is what you get. That's what you get. Jets gang, Joe Flacco's your starting quarterback. Get lost. So more than anything, what you need to do is continue to be patient. You need to understand that these things are going to happen, but you have to understand coaching, roster, himself, and his physical traits are going to push through. So yeah, yesterday was a good indication of how things can go when things go right for him. Sure, Manuel Mosley, Travaris Ward didn't play during 10 period. Cool. That's fine. That's good context. Everything needs context. But everything right now that is going forward is around this. Sure, you want to say, hey, they were missing this guy, Okay, but then you can't leave out the practices where McGlinchey wasn't playing, where Trent Williams wasn't playing, where Debo wasn't there. Those are the things that you need to contextualize. Everything needs its context, right? And I talked about this on the Oh Hey There podcast. The raw numbers are boring and they don't make sense for me. Here's why. A good rep can result in an incompletion. A bad rep can result in a completion. Let me explain. Trey Lance could throw the ball perfectly down the field to Debo Samuel. Debo Samuel could catch that thing. Emmanuel Mosley punches it out at the last second. Is that on Trey Lance? No, but it's an incompletion. Now, Trey Lance could float the ball a little too high for Brandon Ayuk. He jumps and catches that thing out the sky, and that results in a completion. That's why raw numbers don't matter. I don't care about 7 for 11, 10 for 16, 3 for 11. The progress is not going to be tracked through those completions. I feel like a broken record, but I want to keep on saying these things because it needs to be said. There's plenty of times where there's a PBU. Exactly. Deja vu. Didn't you say this yesterday? Well, I wasn't on yesterday, but yeah, same thing. But yes, I need to keep repeating it because people have a tough time grasping that portion of it. They have a tough time grasping that. Throwing the ball down the field and having it punched out the last seconds in a completion. But if it's a beautiful ball, I don't care. There's nothing that he can do. He's done everything he can. But at the same time, an incompletion can result in a good rep. A bad rep could be a completion. So I don't want to hear about the numbers. Don't care. Don't care about them. What I was a little bit more encouraged by was the fact that the run game was prevalent. The zone read was there. They were running the ball a little bit more with him. And I like that. That's good. I don't want design runs. I want him to have the option to take that thing out of the belly because linebackers are flowing one way. You're reading the defensive end. If he pulls that thing out and he goes that way, perfect. That's not a designed run. That is an option. That's why it's called an RPO, run pass option. Design runs are him catching that thing and going. That's not the same thing. Not the same thing at all. You want to give him that option because that threat is enough to threaten linebackers, threaten safeties, threaten cornerbacks down the field. That's the threat that he poses. Again, I will pose this to you guys. One really good practice doesn't mean get the gold jacket, and one or two bad practices doesn't mean that the kid is a bust. It is training camp. And I saw somebody post this on Twitter, and I think this is really good. NFL is the only sport that training camp and those things matter. Because if a guy goes 0 for 32 in spring training in baseball, whatever, it's spring training. Let's see what happens in the season. Nobody freaks out. But when it comes to football, you get a report that he's not playing well. He's not seeing the ball, not throwing the ball down the field. It's, oh my God, panic. He's a bust. How does that make sense? Patrick Mahomes threw 14 picks, I believe, in his first training camp. Okay. Then what? 50 touchdowns. Am I telling you that Trey Lance is going to throw 50 touchdowns? No, I'm trying to show you that training camp doesn't necessarily matter. It's just for getting experience. And again, defenses had the advantage. But it was really encouraging. That's the best way to put it. It's not take this to the bank, it's definitive. Encouraging. What's wrong with saying it's encouraging? That's it. It's encouraging to hear that. And it's encouraging to hear this on the heels of a bad practice. The one thing that I kept saying about the kid, because I've watched him for 2 straight training camps now, is his ability to bounce back. He throws a pick or makes a bad read, boom, he's right back in there firing. He never puts his head down. Kyle Shanahan spoke before practice yesterday and said, I want to see how he bounces back after a rough outing. Well, that's how you bounce back. And I don't know if that necessarily has to do with the cornerbacks as much as it does the fact that the kid was in a good space yesterday and he played well. But again, you can't celebrate the ups while understanding that the downs are going to be there. They are going to be there. There's going to be bumps and bruises. And I keep saying this and I feel like a broken record, but I'm trying to help you guys work through it because people jump to far too many conclusions after bad practices. You can't jump to those same conclusions when the practices are good. That's it. I just want to preach level-headedness, and I want to preach that this going forward is going to look like this. 2 games that are probably going to look really good, and you're going to say the kid's rolling. He may have a bad game, but then that doesn't necessarily mean that he's off track. This is how it goes. And for the Josh Allen comparisons, this is what I want to say. I don't think that people should be saying that he is going to be Josh Allen. The lesson you should learn from Josh Allen is how poor he looked early on and the patience that was shown by the front office. It's not about comparing talent because Josh Allen is the exception. He's an MVP candidate. Trey Lance doesn't have to be an MVP candidate for this team to compete and get close to a Super Bowl. Josh Allen just happens to be the exception. But look how long it took. First year was terrible. Terrible. Second year, they made the playoffs. He made some of the worst decisions I've ever seen. Third year, it all clicks. Now, am I telling you that it's going to take 3 years for Trey Lance? I don't know. But what I'm telling you is the Josh Allen comparison isn't for you to say, look at Josh Allen, this is what he can be. It's more about the patience that was shown by the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen. Now, was their fan base patient? I don't know. I'm not part of that. But the fan base right now has to be patient. That's it. So, good things are coming, but you have to understand that there are going to be bad games. There are going to be bad moments. I mean, you dealt with bad games and bad moments with the guy before him, but you don't want to deal with it now with a rookie? It all goes back to what I've been saying about the people who want to be right as opposed to get it correct. And the difference is people use those bad practices to push their biases and their preconceived notions and say, look, see, told you, as opposed to doing what rational people do. Make a projection and use all new information to change your thought process because nothing ever goes the way that you think it does. Nobody is a sure hit. Trevor Lawrence was a can't miss. Looked fucking terrible last year, right? Did anybody see that coming? That bad? No. Does that mean that he's cooked? No. But that's why you can't make these assumptions and you can't make these grand thoughts, right? These absolutes, right? Like that's how you back yourself into a corner. And that's when I start pulling receipts on people. And many people do. It's okay to say you don't know. I want to normalize that. Say you don't know. Say, you know what? I need to see more. I need more information. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. That sounds like somebody who is rational and thinking things through. That's it. And then other things. Well, comparing Trey Lance's situation to Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, well, they sat and it's not apples to apples. Aaron Rodgers didn't sit because they wanted to sit him. It's because Brett Favre wouldn't retire. Patrick Mahomes sat because they had a competent quarterback who could lead them into the playoffs. But when they realized they needed just a little bit more, that's when you move on. These are the things that people do when they try to rationalize things that they just want to be right about. They just want to be right about it. They don't want to get it correct. They want to be right about it. And there's two different things with that. It's okay to say, I don't know. I need more. Okay, I need to see more. The wise man doesn't necessarily jump out and make a prediction because that's just grandstanding on Twitter and trying to dunk. The wise man is the guy who says, here's what I think could happen, but I'm also taking in new information as it goes along. Nobody's book is read right now. Like nobody's book is written at this point. Nobody when it comes to this. Can't miss guys fail all the time. 5th round guys end up being in Canton. And if you go by draft status and you go by all that and you make these assumptions, that's what's going to get you in trouble. That's it. Really. So that's all I want to say about Trey Lance. Moving on. Brandon Ayuk continues to ball. We're going to see that, and we have no issues with that at all. I think what I'm more right now excited about, and this is going to sound boring, Spencer Burford at right guard. He's been so good. And it's so crazy that what has me excited is what Kyle Shanahan said and what Spencer Burford said when he went to the press conference. He seems like a guy who knows what he wants to do and he knows where he's at and he's confident in himself. It doesn't look like a rookie. Doesn't look like a rookie. So when you look at how he's handling himself, that's been the biggest surprise of camp. That spot is his. Right guard's his. No one else is getting. Wait a minute. We went to the NFC Championship, Jets game. How did you waste a year for nothing? You know what's a waste? The Jets' entire existence. Sorry, man. That's it. That's the last time I'm addressing this dude, man. The Jets are going to be in 3rd place again this year, and the Dolphins are going to jump over them, and you're still going to be in here talking shit. Like, it doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, y'all aren't good. Like, you just aren't good. Like, and you're talking about a team that just came off the NFC Championship. That's a wasted year. That's your best year. All the Jets have ever done is get to the AFC Championship with Mark Sanchez. Y'all sound stupid, man. Get this guy out of here. Anyway, I never understand why this Jets guy is, like, in our streams. What do we have to do with you? Look at us and look at you. We ain't the same, little bro. Anyway, Spencer Burford, man. This is the move right here at right guard. I love it. And I think that the way he's handled himself, the way he's been on one-on-ones and everything, he's looked great. He's looked great. That is something that's reassuring because there was only really 2 constants that we knew. It was going to be bookends, Trent Williams and Mike McGlinchey. Now, looks like you got 3 spots here. Look at 3 spots right now. 1, 2, and 3. Now you've got center we've got to figure out and left guard. Banks is okay, but it looks like it's going to be his spot. He has issues in pass pro, but now we've got to figure out what he's doing. He's been pretty good with run, in run blocking, all that stuff. That's it. Like, you have to figure all of these things out. But as far as the line goes, I feel better. Zachary Collins, thank you for the donation. Jets couldn't even get Debo trade, right? Yeah, whatever, man. The Jets, dude, nobody cares. I live right by MetLife. Y'all are little bros. The Giants run this town. The Bills are the best team in New York. Y'all are 3rd on this. Like, the Jets are like the Brooklyn Nets. There's maybe 5 fans of theirs. There's no Nets fans. There's no Jets fans. Y'all are not real. Y'all not like that. Y'all not good. Like, Everything that you have done to fix your team has been to be like the 49ers. Robert Saleh, LaFleur, you want to run the outside zone. Tevin Coleman, Quan Alexander. Y'all literally want to be the 49ers, little bro. I don't know why you here. Don't make me keep cooking you, bro, because I can go on all day. I want to talk about my team, a team that actually has a chance to do something, not a team that don't matter and has never mattered the entire time that I've lived here, my entire life. I'm from Northern New Jersey, little bro. I know about y'all. Y'all ain't nobody. Never been. Joe Namath ain't walking through that door, pimping. All right. Let's get to this donation real quick. 49ers throwback. Appreciate you. Thanks for your show, man. Ooh, the Jets, man. That's funny. All right. Anyway, offensive line, that looks really good. Well, not really good, but we have the 3 spots. Got them figured out at this point. The Emmanuel Mosley injury is a little part that scares me just a little bit. He's got a lot of these soft tissue issues, and it's just that part makes me a little bit nervous. But from all the reports, he'll be fine in the next week or so. He's actually been, all right, dare I say it, the most consistent corner when he's played, because Charvarius Ward's had days where he's dominated, but then there's been days where he's been Mosley's been great the entire time. And I think it's because he's in a contract year and he's looking at the undrafted free agent Charvarius Ward, who is an undrafted free agent and just got paid. And he's going to get something, not something similar to that, but he's going to get himself paid. And I think that's why he's been playing so well. And it doesn't matter who he's been facing, honestly. Debo, Ayuk, he's been clamps. He's been very, very good. So that concerns me a little. At this point, my concern, forget getting him back next week. Get him ready for week 1. That's it. Week 1's all that matters. Nobody really cares about, during the week, anything like that, or during preseason. I don't care. Get him to week 1. Emmanuel Mosley has been very, very good, man. The running back room has really improved. I haven't been there the last 2 days, but from all accounts, I implore you guys to listen to Jordan Elliott, read his articles on Niner Nation, follow Brad. Those guys have been saying how much Jeff Wilson had his best day, and it looks like he's getting his burst back from the injury. Ty Davis Price actually had his best session on one of the last days that I was there. Looking good. And Jordan Mason has been, again, I'm going to keep saying it, whenever he gets reps, the most consistent running back of all camp. Every single day, he does something that impresses everybody. Every single day. So the running back room is taking shape. It's going to be really hard to see who doesn't make it at this point. I'm scared that it'll be Jordan Mason, and not because he's not good, but because it's a numbers game. Jeff Wilson is the number 2 back on the depth chart right now. Kyle loves his consistency, his pass pro, which is really, really good. You have to remember that. Trey Sermon's looked very good. So something that in the beginning of camp, and this is why you can't jump to conclusions, something that in the beginning of camp wasn't necessarily the strength has now looked like a strength. And that's a good thing because, as I've said a million times, I think the 49ers are going to throw the ball less than last year. And that makes sense, especially when you consider the fact that zone read is going to be in it, and Trey Lance is going to pull that thing out and run it himself. Maybe there's more design runs, but they're going to give him that option. So, yes, they're going to throw the ball less. They're going to throw the ball more downfield, but they're going to throw the ball less. So this running back room needs to be stout, especially when you think about Elijah Mitchell was banged up last year. Jeff Wilson was banged up. Trey Sermon was in and out of the doghouse. He even had a concussion after the Eagles game. So you need to insulate this room with as many people that can compete and give you a chance, right? So I'll open it up for questions. I'm not going to stick around for too long just because I wanted to preview the last day. Today, we are going to be talking about after practice. I believe I'm going to be talking with Brad and Steph, who are going to be at the last practice today. We'll preview a little bit of what you should see on Friday with this Green Bay game. But I'll take some questions if you guys have on anybody that I can talk about while I was there. And yes, I agree with this, man. If Jordan Mason gets cut, the Seahawks are sitting right now waiting for all the cuts. You know why? So they can just add them to the team. Doesn't matter who it is. So, yeah. Tavares, Reverend Dr. Jason Aponte, shout out from Mobile, Alabama. Shout out to you, Tavares. I can't wait to get back to Mobile for the Senior Bowl. How's the tight end group doing? Charlie Warner hasn't been practicing, but I think Charlie Warner's a lock to make this team because of what they want to do with run blocking. George Kittle, not really worried about him. Ross Dwelly is in a little bit of trouble, in my opinion. Just because I've seen him in one-on-ones. He struggles to get separation. He made a fantastic one-arm catch on time. The only catch that Hufanga gave up while I was there was to Ross Dwelly on an amazing catch, something that can't be duplicated. So the tight end group, Warner's going to be Warner. He's going to be there for pass blocking. Kittle is Kittle. Tyler Kroft, I don't know. I mean, he's a run blocker as well, too. So is he there just in case Warner's not ready to go? Tight end group is fine. It's not something to write home about. It's not something to be worried about, but it's not something that's like a strength of this team, in my opinion, right now. JC, talk about center, Jason. Wow. So center is like still this moment of, well, Brunskill 1 rep, Brendel 1 rep, back to Brunskill 1 rep. I don't know what they're doing. And I want to normalize saying I don't know. Certain days is Brunskill, certain days is Brendel, but I think that they're really still not sure themselves. Kyle Shanahan can say whatever he wants about how much he loves Brendel and how much it doesn't seem like you love either of these guys as you're going through it. Brunskill's had issues with accuracy in terms of snaps. They worked on that after practice while I was there. That's the one question mark. And not to put panic in people, but center is the most important position on this offensive line. You can see where this offense goes when they have consistent center play. Weston Richburg, when he was there, offense is humming. Ben Garland filled in admirably right after that. Then you get to Hornets Grasu and Brunskill. Doesn't look so good in 2020. 2021, you get Alex Mack. Look at how the offensive line looks. It's less about protection and more about being able to call out those protections and understanding where to go and things like that, and the running and how to get out and pull and things like that. Like, you need an athletic center. That's why they're so small. That's why when you guys wonder why is the interior O-line getting bullied, they like smaller athletic guys to pull and run out, and that's kind of the worry. So we're gonna find out soon, but yeah, right now, I don't know. Like, that's the biggest question mark. That's the biggest question mark. So let's see. Let's keep going. What's up with Mosley? Hamstring strain. Doesn't sound like it's too serious. Guys aren't saying that they're really worried. But again, for me, just get him to week 1. I don't care about preseason. Don't need to see him at all. Like, he is fine. He's fine in terms of that. If he has to sit for the entire camp and preseason, don't care. If he's ready for week 1, that's all that matters. This is an interesting one. Dusty Gold asks, is Jennings looking good? Man, Juwan Jennings has struggled with drops and separation this camp, unfortunately. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to succeed during the season, because I feel that Kyle knows how to scheme that up, and he's got ways to get him open and get mismatches and use motion and things like that. But it's a little concerning that a guy that everybody pegged to have this huge jump, unfortunately, has been dealing with the drops, has been dealing with not really getting separation, even against the second and third team. So I'm not panicked, but I am concerned with where Jennings is right now, especially when you look at how Danny Gray can't really beat man press. He's got issues with that, at least to start his career. It's going to have to be a lot of Kyle Shanahan getting creative and getting him open in certain ways. So Jennings was supposed to be this constant, and I still think that he can be, but I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't at least a little concerned about this. Exo says, who will be the 6th wide receiver? So it's Debo, it's Ayuk, it's Jennings, it's Gray, it's Ray. Malik Turner's probably your 6th. And that's because he can help on special teams. But he's made great plays, too, during the time that we're there. Deep threat, has NFL experience. I think that Kyle is going to lean on that. So if there is going to be a 6th receiver, which that remains to be seen, it's probably going to be Malik Turner, if you had to ask me. Okay. How do special teams look this year, Jason? Think it'll be an Achilles heel again, or something we won't have to worry about again all year? Won't say you won't have to worry about it, but it's much improved. Oren Burks, Raymond McLeod, those guys, much improved. I can tell you by watching Robbie Gold kick, he's as good as ever. That's what I'm really watching. I'm not watching quarterback or anything like that. You know I'm a big special teams guy. You know all I care about is the kickers. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about it as much. I don't think it's going to be an Achilles heel. And if you need proof that special teams matters, just ask the Green Bay Packers and why they didn't move on. So, yeah. Jason, will we keep two fullbacks? I don't think so. I mean, you consider Kyle Juszczyk one of the running backs, which is another reason that one of these guys, unfortunately, is not going to make this team. I mean, carrying two means that you're going to either lose a defensive lineman or a wide receiver. I don't see that happening. Josh Hackett is fine, but I don't know. Keeping Jason Poe as a lineman and then using him at fullback seems like a little bit more advantageous at this point because he's been very good in one-on-one. So I would say that that's your way around it, is not to keep Hackett, it's to keep Poe because he can do both. So let's see. Kyle said he wants Brunskill get center reps since he can play right guard without reps. I don't know, man. Burford's got that spot. I don't know. Burford hasn't made any egregious mistakes. He's been a constant. I don't see how Brunskill gets that job back unless Kyle's been pulling the okie doke with all of us. But Burford looks like that guy, man, right there at that spot. All right. Sorry, guys. Let me get through it. Has Hufanga improved on his angles and speed? I'll tell you what Hufanga's improved on. They're using him in the correct way. Okay, like they're using him closer to the line as a lurker, a robber, and in short areas against tight ends that aren't elite with speed. I'm saying, like, I'm not talking about like just elite. I'm talking about like with speed, guys who can threaten him over the top. He's been great, and I think his instincts and his IQ on routes have been incredible. He's been running routes before the tight end makes their breaks, and that's what gets him in front of that. So Hufanga's got to play with instincts. But again, I trust D'Amico Ryans to not put him in positions where he's going to be put out to dry, things like that. He's been very good in one-on-ones. Every tight end that he's faced, basically, he's been clamping. He's looked very good. Let's see. Let's keep going. Danny Gray speed for real? It is. When he gets open. He's still struggling with press. That's it. But when he gets open, it's real. And everybody sees it. I mean, when he gets open and the ball's on him, it's a touchdown. It's real. But there's a lot more to just being a speedster in this league. You have to be able to beat press. You have to be able to beat man-to-man, guys who are very good at that. So he's been struggling with that. Now, how much of that has to do with the fact that some of the guys that he's going up against, the secondary is elite? Sure. But at the same time, that was one of my concerns with him coming out. That is something that he needs to continue to work on, is beating man press. So Ray looking better than Jennings? Yeah, right now he is. But that doesn't mean that Jennings can't bounce back. But Ray's been very good in finding open spots in the zone and those timing routes. Against Charvarius Ward, I remember one rep, running down, sells the 9, puts his foot in the ground, come back, and the ball's right on him, bang, like right here in his chest. He knows exactly what he needs to do to sell a route. And I was talking with somebody who's a Steelers fan. They say he's far better than people give him credit for. And you can see why Kyle Shanahan during the State of the Franchise said, yeah, he does special teams well, but that's not why we really went to him. That was an added bonus. We really like what he does in the pass game. So, yeah, Ray's for real, man. He's been playing pretty good, man. Let's see. No, I don't love punters, Brett. Although maybe I should make fun of him so he can like make me look bad in the same way that Robbie Gould has done to me. Like that's basically the best way I can put it. So, let's see. Everyone is fast in the NFL. That's not wrong. Grant Cohn said Burford is better than Brunskill at right guard. I would say right now, that's hard to say because Brunskill's played many, many reps in the game. Training camp is one thing. In the game's another thing. Burford's been very good, though. Like, I want to reiterate that. Burford's been very good, and he has not relented this right guard spot. Many guys have had people hop in and out for them. Burford's the one who's not coming off the field at all, and he looks and sounds the part. So, do you see us bringing in Treader if center is still a problem? Ariel, I don't, man. I mean, Kyle said it. I like the guys that we have in our building. Is that the right approach? I don't know. Let's trust Kyle. But you know how Kyle is when he gets into his mode and the way that he thinks about things. If he's bullheaded like that and he just feels that way, we got to just ride it out for better or worse at this point. So, yeah. Let's see. Sounds like Gray will be in motion a lot early to get free releases. Yeah, Jesse, that's it. I mean, you get it. That's it. And that's fine. While he works on that part of his game, that's going to be the way that Kyle gets him open. But that will lead to explosive plays with Lance. So that's why, like, if I give you a concern about what I've been seeing in camp, that doesn't mean that the guy just toss him away. There's ways to get guys in motion, and there's ways to get guys the ball in creative ways, and nobody's more creative than Kyle in that way. Danny Gray's going to be used. He will be on the field. But again, just a concern, just one part of his game. And you know what? Maybe there may be a way where that's not one of his strengths. Maybe he'll never get that. I'm not saying he won't, but maybe it's a possibility. But at the same time, trust the coach and the guy. Like, again, get him the ball on a slant, get him the ball on a tunnel screen. He can make things happen because he's that fast and he's very good after the catch. So I think that's a good call, honestly. Let's see. Oh my goodness, man. Just stop with can we please, anyone who's talking about Brock Purdy, people just laugh like when he's on the field, man. It's so bad, man. Will you be hosting a fantasy football show? I will. And in fact, it's a good time to tell you guys about Underdog Fantasy. If you guys want to play against me in a best ball league, we have a fast draft that is ready to go. If you want to sign up, use my promo code Aponte, APONTE. Get double your deposit up to $100. Also, pick'ems, over-unders, those things we're all going to be involved in as well. That's what we've got going on. There might be some over-unders for Friday's game. Do you want to take the over on Nate Sudfeld? Do you want to take the over or under on Jordan Mason? Got to link up on Underdog with us, and we'll be doing that, so definitely. Let's see. Yeah, Aponte, code. That's it, man. That's it. All right, 30 minutes in. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. 153 people in here. Make sure you like this video, sub to the channel, hit that notification bell for when we go live. A lot of live stuff going on today. After practice, state of the franchise, Brad and I will break down all of camp. He's going to have better eyes on it because he's actually there. Shout out to Brad. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Steph. Everybody that's been out there crushing it while I've been stuck here on the East Coast having to hear about the stupid Jets. And also Friday, for anybody who wants to watch the game, doesn't want to hear Greg Papa yell Trey area, Get Playback is where you'll watch Akash, myself, Vish, maybe even Rich. We're all going to be talking on the game. It's like Clubhouse, basically, to watch the games. All you need to do is sign in with your TV provider so you can sit there and watch with us. We bring people up to speak. It's a whole new platform, something that we're rolling out on Friday. Shout out to Sam from the Light Years pod of Golden State Warriors for setting that up. So, yeah, make sure you guys tap in with that. I think that's going to be a ton of fun so you can watch the football game with us, almost like you're grabbing a beer with us while watching the game at this point. Gammon, shout out to the Mod Squad. Appreciate you, bro. How many quarterbacks will have success against this 49ers defense? Why do we expect anything else from Lance? That is a great way to look at it. I mean, at this point, Trey Lance is going to get to week one. He's going to drop back on his first drop back and say, wait, there's not a guy in my face? Oh, wait, that guy's open? Holy cow, I can throw the ball? Wait, I've got time in the pocket? These are the things that, while I don't want Nick Bosa on the field because he's disrupting timing, is good for him because he's not going to see a defense like that at all. So, again, it's a good way to look at it. It's a good way to look at it. Frisco's going to be in the building at Levi's. Enjoy that, man. I am very envious of that. Being at football games is so fun. It's my favorite sporting event to be at. Just the energy and how everybody is. And also, you know, the drinking before the game and everything as well, too. That's really fun, the tailgating part. So, Raymond, don't start, man. Don't do this, man. Like, it's just – and then Ayuk's going to score, and he's going to be like, Ayuk. No, man, no. And I don't want to disrespect legends, but I don't want to listen to that. I'm sorry. Bay Area people, you have to hear that. I don't have to hear that on the East Coast at all. Like, he doesn't call the games when they're on over here as well. So. Dusty Gold, your channel's growing, bro. Appreciate everybody, man. It's been really cool to see the love and support, especially at training camp, man. Everybody who was walking up saying what's up, you know, just saying nice things. Like even somebody who worked at the stadium was like, can't wait to see you live later. You'll never understand how much that matters. You'll never understand how much it matters to see you guys in here and all the support that I get. Sometimes in the beginning, you feel like you're not talking to anybody or nobody's listening. And it's just humbling, you know, to hear that people actually care what, you know, my crazy ass has to say. But I appreciate all of you guys, man. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. Keep up the good work, man. Good morning, Jason. Back in the tri-state area, I see. Yeah, I am, unfortunately. How do I watch 49ers game in Jersey? If I give you this answer, I'll probably get banned by the NFL, but it's not a legal way. So, but I still get to watch them. So, you know, I mean, I can't wait for Sunday Night Football. I can't wait for Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football. And I only get stuck watching the Giants, the Jets, or the stupid Cowboys. Like, those are the only games. That's it. So, That shirt is fire. Appreciate you, bro. I found this in the back of the closet, man. I forgot, man. My guy, Charlie, this is the only Jets fan that's going to get love from me. My guy, Big T. Yo, what's good, bro? Stopping by to show you some love. Great podcast, bro. Keep it up. And hey, relax at the Jets comment. Charlie, for you, bro, I'm off it. Let's go, Jets. It's only that one guy that bothers me. I promise you that if I was rooting for a New York team, it would be the Jets. I promise you, bro. Promise you, man. Just that one guy, I had to flame him real quick. You good in my book. You always good in my book, man. There's a Niner bar in the city. Unfortunately, Ariel, it closed down. That Bay Area bar is done, and unfortunately, it closed down. I've been there, but it did close down in Midtown, unfortunately. So, no, I didn't put that up. Don't, Daniel, don't do that, man. All right. It's 2022. No longer only watch local channels for NFL. All right, guys. Look, 35 minutes in. I feel like I said my piece about Trey Lance, about this training camp so far. Shout out to everybody that's in here. I'm going to get out of here. But if you check out Eric Crocker's channel for his morning show, you might see me pop in on there too as well. So I'm going to take a quick break. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you like this video, sub to the channel, hit that notification bell for when we go live. Shout out to everybody who donated, who's in here supporting with comments and watching, man. I really appreciate you guys. We'll be back later to do State of the Franchise. Might even holler at Steph, who's going to be at the airport on her way out. A lot of stuff that will be coming on. And then Thursday, might be a little bit of coast to coast. Might be a little bit of a game preview. And then Friday, of course, is the game day. So, like, football's back. We made it. We did it. So, again, thank you guys. Appreciate all of y'all. Let me get out of here, man. And as always, let's go Niners. Welcome, everybody. Let's go Niners. My name is Jason Aponte.